The summer breeze carried a faint promise of rain, its electric hum stirring a restless ache in my chest. I stood by her grave, the picnic basket tucked under my arm, whispering, "I love you, Sarah." It was a perfect day in Willow Creek, Oregon, 76 degrees sunny, a gentle southern wind rustling the oaks. I packed our little outdoor meal into the trunk, folded my chair, and felt that familiar mix of peace and sorrow. Visiting Sarah always left me raw, like a wound that never quite healed. I'd loved her since we were 13, and I knew I'd love her until my last breath. Back when I was 8, my best friend Tommy Hayes and I were tossing a baseball in my front yard in Willow Creek. The world felt simple then, just 2 kids and a game. That's when I saw her. Sarah and her family were moving into the house next door, the old Jenkins place. It was midsummer before 3rd grade. She stepped out of their van, all gangly limbs and freckles, and my heart stuttered. Sarah was slim, with long golden hair, and, as I'd later learned, piercing green eyes. Tommy and I watched the movers, but I couldn't take my eyes off her. She whispered to her dad, pointing at us. He nodded, and she darted inside, emerging with a baseball glove. Her crooked grin stole my breath as she jogged over. "Can I play?" she asked, flashing teeth still tamed by braces. She introduced herself as Sarah Mitchell Sadie to her girlfriends, but Sam to the boys. Tommy wrinkled his nose, but I was already smitten. I overruled him, and we played catch-her-throws, sharp and confident. She wasn't just keeping up, she was one of us. Sam didn't care for dolls or dress up like the neighborhood girls. She joined us for baseball, football, and frisbee, her laughter echoing through our games. Over time, she replaced Tommy as my closest friend. If I could only invite one person on a family outing, it was Sam. Sleepovers, always Sam. Her Catholic family changed things when she turned 13. Her confirmation was a big deal, a rite that transformed her in my eyes. She wore a white dress, white tights, her hair loose for once, braces gone, a touch of makeup highlighting her beauty. I stood frozen, seeing her not as my tomboy pal, but as someone breathtaking. "Jake, stop staring," she teased, her voice sharp. "Mention this dress and I'll knock you out." My heart pounded, my palms sweaty as I fumbled through the party, barely able to speak. Near the end, I pulled her aside, my voice shaking. "Sam, you're beautiful." The words felt like a confession, raw and terrifying. Her fist connected with my lips, splitting it open. "You idiot, don't ever talk to me again," she snapped, storming off. I lay on the grass, stunned, tasting blood, wondering what I'd done wrong. My mom found me pressing a napkin to my face. "What happened, Jay?" she asked, using my family nickname. "Sam hit me because I called her beautiful," I mumbled. Mom chuckled softly. "Oh, honey, you picked the wrong moment. Apologize tomorrow." The next day, I knocked on the Mitchells' door, my lips swollen. Mrs. Mitchell's kind smile steadied me. Sam smirked in the kitchen, proud of her punch. "I'm sorry, Sam," I muttered. "I shouldn't have said that." Her eyes softened. "I shouldn't have hit you either. Mom says you were being sweet." We shook hands, a truce sealed. But I never saw her the same way again. She wasn't just one of the boys anymore. By middle school, Sam's changes were undeniable. Her curves drew eyes, and I hated it. Other boys flirted with her, but she brushed them off, staying loyal to our group. I was possessive, foolishly thinking she was mine. Hormones raged, but I tread carefully, fearing another punch. Sam was different, not quite a tomboy, not quite like the other girls. She joined group dates with me, rejecting solo invites, which gave me hope. The 8th grade spring dance was my chance. I asked her, heart in my throat, and she said yes. She wore a stunning dress and I fumbled in my Sunday suit. We looked good together and I felt invincible. Her dad pulled me aside, his warning clear, "Touch her wrong, Jake, and you're done." We danced all night, her refusals to others making me feel like a king. At her doorstep, I leaned in for a kiss, nervous but hopeful. Her lips were soft, her response tentative, then warm. But when I whispered, "Did you feel that?" she crushed me. I didn't feel anything. Was I supposed to? My heart sank, the moment ruined. In freshman year, we weren't dating but stayed close. Sam spent more time with girls, confusing me. She'd never cared for them before. I assumed we'd go to the homecoming dance together, but 3 weeks before, she casually mentioned going with Ryan Carter, a handsome basketball star. The betrayal stung. "I thought we were going together," I said, hurt. She apologized, but the damage was done. Our friendship fractured, and I avoided her bowling with my friend Nate while she danced with Ryan. Days later, Sam showed up at my house, eyes red. My mom ushered her in, sensing the weight of the moment. "I'm sorry, Jake," she said. "I should have asked you first." Her vulnerability broke through my anger. She needed to talk, to confess something big. I braced myself, promising to listen without judgment. She admitted kissing Ryan, but feeling nothing, just like with me. Then she dropped the bombshell: she'd kissed a girl, Katie Summers, and felt something real. "I think I might be gay," she whispered, tears falling. I sat speechless, processing her truth. "Jake, say something," she yelled. I met her gaze, steadying myself. "You kissed Katie, man. I'd want to do that too." Her laugh broke the tension. I promised to support her no matter what. My love for her didn't waver, even if it meant loving her from afar. In high school, I became her cover, her safe date for events. We were each other's shield, our friendship unbreakable. She secretly dated girls while I played her boyfriend when needed. It wasn't perfect, but it was us. One night at her 19th birthday celebration in July, everything changed. We danced, laughed, and flirted as friends, but her mood shifted. "Take me somewhere and make love to me, Jake," she whispered on the dance floor. I froze, stunned. "You sure?" I asked, heart racing. She led me to my car, her urgency undeniable. In a secluded spot outside Willow Creek, we kissed fiercely in the back seat. Her eyes burned with desire, her voice soft. "I've never done this before." "Me neither," I admitted. We moved slowly, exploring each other, our first time raw and real. Afterward, she questioned her identity. "What if I'm not gay? I wanted you to be my first Jake. You're my best friend." I held her, grateful for her trust, knowing this didn't change who she was. In college, an hour apart, Sam embraced her truth, dating women openly. She showed me pictures, her taste impeccable. I teased her about finding me a straight girl, but we stayed close, talking weekly. Our bond deepened, a safe space for honest questions. I worried about her diving too deep into the dating scene, urging caution. She called me mom, but I just wanted her safe. When Sam came out to her parents during freshman year's Christmas break, they called me over. Their hurt was palpable. "Why didn't you tell us, Jake?" Mrs. Mitchell asked. I explained it wasn't my place, that I loved Sam too much to betray her. They understood, grateful for my loyalty. I vowed to always stand by her. My own dating life was sparse. I wasn't looking for the one content with casual flings. Sam, meanwhile, dated widely, making up for lost time. During her senior year, I visited her in Eugene, Oregon, staying at her apartment with her roommates Tara and Mia. Their flirtations embarrassed me, but Sam laughed it off. At a club, Sam met Olivia Grant, a stunning former volleyball player. Their chemistry was electric, and Sam left with her. I spent the night with Tara and Mia, a wild, unexpected adventure. Sam and Olivia moved in together after graduation, building a life in Eugene. I visited, often happy for their love. My own romance didn't bloom until I met Emily Harper at 29 at a Willow Creek YMCA. She was 24, a fiery athlete with brown eyes and a sharp wit. We played basketball, her skill outshining mine, but I won a bet for a date with a tricky left-handed shot. Our chemistry was instant, and we became exclusive within a month. Emily's flirtatious nature was our only issue. I confronted her needing fidelity, but she brushed it off as harmless. We fought, made up, and fell deeper in love. 6 months in, I took her to meet Sam and Olivia. They clicked, though Olivia noticed Emily's flirting. I proposed 3 months later, and she said yes. Her father, a construction tycoon, didn't respect my desk job, but I ignored it. The wedding was set for a year later in Astoria, Oregon, her hometown. 2 weeks before Emily's bachelorette party was held at a Hilton. I stayed home sipping whiskey, watching old movies. The next morning, hungover, I drove to surprise her at their breakfast. She wasn't there. The women's silence was deafening. Panic surged as I demanded her room number. At room 205, the sounds inside shattered me. I left tears burning, fighting the urge to crash my car. Back home, I called Sam, Olivia, and my parents, canceling the wedding. Emily showed up Sunday, remorseful but defensive. I was drunk, she said. It meant nothing. Her betrayal cut too deep. We're done, I told her. Sam and Olivia stayed with me that weekend, their presence a lifeline. Sam later admitted to confronting Emily, landing a punch that blackened her eye. I laughed, grateful for her fierce loyalty. I didn't date for a year, focusing on myself. Sam and Olivia tried setting me up, but I wasn't ready. 5 years later, Olivia left Sam for a younger woman, breaking her heart. I spent months by her side, our bond stronger than ever. One night at a fancy Portland restaurant, Sam apologized for not loving me the way I wanted. I held her hand, my heart full. You're enough, I said, but her health worried me. She looked tired, thinner. I pushed her to see a doctor. The diagnosis was colon cancer, caught early with a strong chance of recovery. I took time off work, driving her to chemo, hiring help, and fighting her self-pity. You're not quitting, I'd yelled, dragging her to appointments. She beat it, ringing the bell 6 months later. That night on her couch, she kissed me deeply, echoing our past. I felt it, she said, tears in her eyes. We made love, her certainty overwhelming. Marry me, Jake, she whispered. I hesitated, fearing gratitude, but her love was real. We married quietly, surrounded by family and friends. At 41, we weren't the kids we once were, but our love was fierce, playful, and deep. 9 years later, after a trip to Australia, Sam fell ill again. A small stomach mass led to surgery, revealing terminal cancer. The doctor's tears confirmed it. 6 to 9 months. I raged, but Sam was calm. We had 9 beautiful years, she said. She lasted 9 weeks, her pain unbearable. Her final night, she whispered, I'm sorry I'm leaving you. I begged her to wait for me in the next life. She promised, slipping away in my arms at 52. I buried her in a rural Willow Creek cemetery under oaks overlooking a sunlit cornfield as she'd wanted. Today I sit by her grave, the wind soft, the world quieter without her. I'll love you forever, Sam. Wait for me.